Okay, so I'm just setting up. I could probably move this a little closer over here. Just trying to fix a little audio thing that was going on with the DS capture. I could still hear it. You could probably still hear it now. It's like a little humming sound. I don't know what to do about that, but it's quieter than it was before. So yeah, today I'm gonna be playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I've already beaten this, just not the DS version. I had an emulator on my phone like 3 years ago, and I played this, so that's what I did. Let's go ahead. New game. I gotta see how. See how loud this is. Turn down this. Alright, the first turnabout. Gasp! Where's my settings? Here we go. That's not it. Probably turn this down now. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Okay, I think I got the sound okay, I guess. I don't know, I'll leave it up to you guys to let me know. I'm just gonna go from here, so turn on my sound again so I can hear. And alright, throw this out. That. And close all of these. Alright. Oh, hiya, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean, you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him, not one of them. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over. Isn't that your client? Screaming over there? Yeah. That's him. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. Probably. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Why would I tell them you're guilty? Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. Finished. Finished. Can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who? Who took her away from me, Nick? Who'd do this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me, who took my baby away? Person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. Here's the lowdown. First case is a fairly simple one. Young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. The school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. The conducting during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. Larry Booties. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts. Oh, wait. Oh, I already screwed up. I'm the defendant. Oh, wait. No. No, that's right. That's right. I'm the defense attorney. I'm not the defendant. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oh, crap. Do I have anyone? Cindy Stone. I think it's just gonna tell me I can do this. Because it hasn't told me what her name was yet. Other than that. I know this one. Yeah, I guess that's read, not read. I'm glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. No way, forgot. Drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know what the victim's name? Oh, the victim, of course. I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I can feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record button to check it at any time. Remember, check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Let's hear your answer. Who's the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. Cinderblock. I think his name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? It was, she died because she was, I already know this one, hit with a blunt object, hit. She was struck once by a blunt object. Just multiple. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. I lost my voice. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor, because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne, Mr. Max Payne, yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck by a blunt object. I'm losing it already. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. Court accepts this into evidence. Statute added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. The evidence... So it's not illegal to just do that. Evidence can be added during the court session in this game, in this universe. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Let's get up a chair. Mr. Betts, is it not true that the victim has recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me, ever. Just twitching. Look at that. With his cheek.
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, I'm pretty used to that. She had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it. Lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport? According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport added to the court record. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Just wish it zoomed in on my face. Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
You clearly see what kind of woman this is, Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you wanted to... Oh, he's gonna answer it. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? No, I'm gonna stop him. My client has no idea, had no idea the victim was seeing other men. The question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Just thinking the Mario, the oomph. Oh, that's not even, I can't do it. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I'm still thinking of the Mario friggin'... It's my favorite sound effect from any Mario game is Mario getting hit by something. You didn't see a label on that. I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. But he didn't know. You can't say that that's his motive when he didn't know until after she died. This is so not looking good. Next question.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Aw, he went. What do I do? I have him answer. Send him a signal. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Order. Well, Mr. Butch. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her.
You want to defend it as lying? Lying. The prosecution would like to kill a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne. Mr. Max Payne. Prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Fink Sawhit to the stand. Mr. Sawhit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh yes, yes. Newspapers, yes. 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 Yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yes, Mr. Sawhit. You may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Let's go into the door. Selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then, I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright, and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to the nearby park, and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Hey, why don't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawhit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record was added to the court record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? The client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out the contradiction in the testimony. Proceed. He's going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Press him on this. Isn't a man living in an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. Yeah. I don't know. It just seemed strange to me, that's all. Yes, strange. Like he was mad.
and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. Defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course.
What the witness means is that the man he saw looks suspicious. So, what happened next?
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes, yes. The door was half open, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd. In a big city like this, I thought.
I see. What happened next?
Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? Climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing.
True words have never been spoken. Anyone look inside, I would look inside.
Why did Payne cut him off so quickly?
So, you looked inside the apartment. What happened then?
Then I saw her lying there. A woman. Not moving. Dead. Like, oh, I skipped the thing. Let us go back and press him on this. Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay. What happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. I'm gonna press them on every single thing. I already know, I know, but I know. You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please, please, listen to the rest of the testimony, you rude. Interrupting everyone. You thought to call the police. What happened next?
However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes, I mean, no. No, it wasn't, right? But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working. Dang it.
That phone wasn't working right, like my prescription. What happened next?
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Quite the ways to go. Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Alright. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. No! I don't want to present anything, but I want to look at this. Statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, July 30th, the day before the murder. Time of death? Oh, here we go. So, he saw the, he said the woman was dead at 1 p.m., yet this autopsy report is showing that she died between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Blunt force. Let me present this. You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, but it is 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to, no body to find at 1 p.m. Oh boy. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? That's, oh, that,
It's as trivial the witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Shawhead, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's really a good question.
Good job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. You understand, of course. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Stand back. I got this. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. You said heard, not saw. Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? You're saying you heard something, but if you're so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. The witness did say. Dang it, wrong one. Wrong old man.
The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything.
I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Sure it was the television and not radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio.
Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television.
Right. I can't put my finger on it. Something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television.
The witness has testified. We heard the time.
He heard. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Ah, you can't fool me. I already got you. Probably coming from the television. Wait a minute. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon. Why is it spaced out like that? That is weird. No on. Noon is spaced out. Weird. Look at that. No on. To 6 p.m. From noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. So, here we go. Hold it right there. Prosecution has said that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Couldn't have heard the television. Or a video. Defense has a point. He got you good! Oh, snap. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Shawhit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite... Ah! Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Shawhit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem... Oh, I was looking at him. I thought it was him. You seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Shaw. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Hearing the time. Time of hearing. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly.
Putting him down.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. Saw it in a dream.
It strikes me as a very suspicious mistake.
Yes. I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock.
Table clock?
There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
Ha ha ha. Well, I know what the contradiction is, I just don't know where to put it. You saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, was there? So, I'll just do it here. Because there's no visual on this. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock?
You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sawhead.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies, sir.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, indeed.
Your Honor, there's a gap. There is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Yes, indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. Ooh! Ooh! You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawhead. Sound must have left quite the impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice just burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with a clock? I'm gonna be way off with all of this.
That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I mean, I saw.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, I hate you! It was him! I tell you, I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death. Order! Order in the court, I say!
Your Honor, a moment of your time, please, if I may. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright. Your Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think this carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawhit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? Get my fingerprints all over it, and then I'll be the I'll be the next suspect. Ask the court to listen carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we have heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawhit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawhit, try to talk your way out of this one.
We forgot one thing.
I got so many. I got 4 voices going on. What's he talking about? But it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was close. So close. Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawhit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawhit. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. That doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. I would have put outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right, Mr. Wright? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be slow? Yes, I can. Uh-huh, I can. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it, and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves the clock was running slow. We can apparently arrive. No, it's this. It's the passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day of the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. there the next day. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawhit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Okay. Order. Order, I say. Order! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Mr. Honor, sir. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. No! Wrong one! I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Not guilty. And with that, the court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Sawhit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawhit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawhit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court defend. Wait, but when did we get in here? Was it just like an hour? Is it the same amount of time it took me to beat this? Whew. Still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I have seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. Never seen the Chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was, nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. You can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Was I just calling him Larry? Thanks. Yeah, I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry. I was calling him Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I got it. It's this. How do I... Oh, well. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive that you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things can change depending on how you look at them. People too. You never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in, never. What is going on? All this inspiration. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent Buzz. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh snap. Oh snap. Ah. Oh, I was looking at the save clear stage data up to this point. Yep. Alright. I don't think it's going to... Is it just going to start on the next one? No. Okay, so there's first Turnabout. And now we're going to do episode 2. I'm going to do episode 2 next time I stream, because it's almost been an hour already. So yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream, and I will see you all next time. Hope I can fix the sound on the DS. You can't really hear it now. I don't know if it got worse since, but we'll find out. Gonna take a couple of seconds. The stream's kind of weird with all this. Move about. I like the artwork.